I want you to imagine something simple. A calm night. You're walking past an old, forgotten building on the edge of town. It looks like every other ruin you've ever seen. Bricks cracked, windows boarded up, weeds breaking through the concrete. Nothing unusual, nothing dangerous. At least, that's what you tell yourself. But then, you notice the name carved above the locked doors. Ravenswood. And suddenly, it doesn't feel like just another building anymore. Ravenswood wasn't just a hospital. It was the hospital. Back in 1953, they called it a modern asylum. Locals called it something else. A prison for the forgotten. 6 floors, underground tunnels, locked rooms where sunlight never reached. They said if you went in as a patient, you never came back. And maybe that was the mercy. Honestly, when I first heard about Ravenswood, I laughed. We all did. Because legends are easier to mock than to believe. But there's something about this one. Every time I tell it, my chest tightens, as if someone is listening, and not from this side of the story. The worst whispers are about one man, patient 42. He arrived in 1962. No name, no family, just a broken man screaming on the streets. Ravenswood! Doctors said it was psychosis, but the nurses, they swore his eyes were wide open, staring into corners no one else could see. At night he screamed, "They're at my bed! They're reaching for me! They want you too!" And then came the experiments. Drugs that made others collapse, but not him. Shocks that stopped his heart only for it to start again. Weeks in isolation, yet he emerged still alive. The doctors didn't understand why he couldn't die. The nurses didn't understand why he didn't want to. Imagine that. You're strapped to a table. You feel your heart stop. And then, darkness pulls away, and you wake up again. What do you think you'd become after that? Human or something else? One more experiment, one more shock. Finally, his heart flatlined. The doctors covered the body with a sheet, left it in the room until morning. But at midnight, the guard on duty heard it. Knock, knock, knock on the locked door of patient 42's room. He thought it was a joke. He opened the door. The bed was empty. The sheet was crumpled on the floor. And on the wall, scratched deep into the plaster, 42. Haunted hospital. Sensory terror. From that night, Ravenswood changed. Nurses heard whispers drifting through empty rooms. Cameras flickered, showing a tall, bandaged figure gliding through corridors. Patients began dying in their sleep, their faces frozen in pure terror. And when the doctors themselves began to vanish one by one, leaving only broken clocks stopped at midnight, the hospital was shut down.
They sealed the doors. But you can't seal a story. Decades later, thrill seekers broke in, ghost hunters, YouTubers. One of them even streamed live. He mocked the stories, laughed at the scratches on the walls. Then, on camera, the doors slammed shut behind him. The stream went silent, except for his panicked breathing. And then a whisper. Not his, not anyone's. Hissing whispered, 42. The camera fell. The last frame, a figure in hospital rags, face wrapped in stained bandages, and then black. The YouTuber's channel disappeared the next day, as if it had never existed. Now people say, if you ever hear banging on a hospital door, don't open it, because patient 42 is still collecting the broken, still waiting in the dark for you. And if right now, while you're listening, you hear a faint knock behind you, whisper, almost inaudible, don't look, don't move, because maybe he's already here.